Okay.
Okay. Sorry, Mrs. Ha, was there something else you wanted to say?
No, but we have another students. Okay, but there is a boy. But
What, a new student today?
yeah, the same their age. No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And what is his name?
I do not remember exactly.
Okay, so we will see him when he joins.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Ha. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Hello, Tran Bao.
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
Always fine.
Okay, good. Always fine. That's great. Can you turn your camera on, please? Hello, Kang Ling. Hi, Kang Ling. How are you?
I'm still good. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Have you had a good week?
Yes, I had a good week.
Great. What is one thing you've done this week, Kang Ling?
One thing I done this week,
What is one thing?
maybe I can see Blackpink in meeting stadium, maybe.
Are you this week? You went to see Blackpink this week?
Maybe
you've already seen them? I'm not sure what tense you are talking in. Have you already seen them, or are you going to see them?
Maybe I'm going to see them.
Right. So you'll go to see them next week.
Outside the stadium.
Okay. So they are coming to Hanoi.
Yes.
Okay. Well, good. Very exciting. Okay, that's great. What day is that?
Tuesday.
On Tuesday?
No, it's Saturday and Sunday, like yesterday and today.
Oh, so they are doing several shows.
Yes.
Right. Wow, they must be very popular.
Yes.
Okay, sounds great. Okay. Hello, Feng Ling. How are you? Hello, Feng Ling.
Hello, teacher.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can now. Sorry, your picture froze for a moment, but now I can hear you okay. That's great. And Mrs. Ha, this must be our new student, Dat. Is that right?
Yeah, con bật cam lên con ơi. Bật camera lên nhé. Okay. Hello.
Okay. Can you hear me, Dat? I can't. Your microphone is on mute.
Yes, I can hear you.
That's great. Good. I can hear you now too. Well, welcome to the class, Dat. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay. Hello, Bao Ling.
Can you hear me?
You are very quiet, Bao Ling. Can you make yourself louder
lên
at
con
all?
gái ơi, bật cam lên chỉnh rồi ấy lên.
Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Vẫn nhỏ
Just
lắm.
very quiet.
Nhỏ ạ, cháu cũng chẳng biết tại sao.
Thế hả?
Cháu nói bình thường.
Thế thì gào to lên tí vậy, gào to như bác gào. Okay.
Okay. Hello, Fung Ni. Hello, Fung Ni.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Fung Ni?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Good. Nice to see you again. Hello, Viet An.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Viet An?
I'm good.
Good. And last one. Hello, Trami. Trami.
Việt Anh tuần này ngoan nhỉ?
Hi, teacher.
Hi, Trami. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Good. I can't see you. I can only see your little. What is it? What is
Will
it?
you
It's like.
wait for me a minute to turn on the camera?
Sure, sure. What is it? It looks like some sort of bean. Is it a bean? What is he? A bean? Or
I
is
don't
he?
know. I find it on Google, so.
You found it on Google. Okay. All right. He looks a little bit sad, Trami. So he doesn't look very happy. Okay. So everyone, welcome to class. Again, I'm speaking to you today from Thailand, which is very hot, probably same as for you in Hanoi. So this is why I have to have the curtain shut. Actually, it's interesting looking at your pictures. Tran Bao, your picture is very clear. Tran Bao, like you were in the same room as me. Your connection must be very fast. Your internet connection, your picture very clear. Also, Kang Ling is very clear. Fung Ni is clear. Fung Ling, your picture is clear, but having a little bit of trouble sometimes with your voice. Viet Ang, very clear as well. I can see you now, Trami. How are you, Trami?
I'm fine, thank you. A little
Good.
bit tired.
A little bit tired. Why, have you been busy lately or not much sleep?
No, yesterday I went to the Blackpink concert.
All right. So Kang Ling was just telling me about this. Yeah, how was it, Trami? How was it?
It was amazing. All the girls are like bring me energies.
Right. So it was amazing. That's great. Where was the concert? Where?
Uh, it took place at a meeting stadium, the
Okay.
National Stadium.
National Stadium. How many people were there, do you think?
It's about 30,000 people on day
Wow.
one.
Really?
And today is day
30,000.
2. Yes. Yes.
What? And today they will do it again.
Yes.
Another 30,000.
Yes.
Wow, they are so popular.
Yes.
And-
And so crowded.
Yeah, and so crowded. And Kang Ling was telling me maybe they do about 4 or 5 different shows. Is that right?
No, it's
Just 2.
I
Just
think
2. Okay.
in
Just 2.
Vietnam or
Yeah. In
in
Hanoi.
Vietnam.
In Hanoi.
Yes, in Hanoi. Yes.
They do 2 shows. Wow, but they are so popular that 60,000 people go to see them.
Yes.
Wow, very exciting. Okay, glad you enjoyed it. Hope you're not too tired.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, we'll get started, everyone. Everyone is here. And so we have a new classmate today who is Dut. Where are you? Are you in Hanoi, Dut?
Yes, I'm living in Hanoi.
You are in Hanoi. Okay, that's great, Dut. So Dut is joining us for the first time today. So Dut, I'm not sure if Mrs. Ha has explained or not. We are looking at the Ielts writing task 1 at the moment. Ielts writing task 1. And in particular, we are looking at line graphs. But before we start doing that, we will do our usual warm-up exercise, which is, as soon as I share the screen with you, we are going to play the word ladder game. So, Dut, please just look at this at the moment. You will get the idea. After you've looked at this for a while and seen what the others are doing, you will see how to play this game. So, hopefully everyone can now see the screen that I'm sharing with you. So we're going to be doing 2 word ladders today. The first one is from cake to bike. Okay, so cake is our starter word and bike is our destination or target word. Okay, so as usual, I want you to share with me in chat your guess. And Viet Ang, I'm going to start with you, please, today. Viet Ang.
Yes.
Okay, Viet Ang, can you please go into chat? Okay, so cake, in fact, I will start chat. Make it very easy for everyone. Okay, so this is the starter words. Okay, you should all be able to see. Thank you, Viet Ang. Nok Kien. Your turn, please. Okay, Lake is correct. Tran Bao. Fake. Okay, these are all correct words. This is good. Kang Ling. Kang Ling. While you're thinking Kang Ling, so next will be Fung Ling, then Bao Ling, then Fung Ni. Just so you know the order we are going in. Okay, Kang Ling has got fate. Good. So Fung Ling, Fung Ling. Fung Ling, and then next will be Bao Ling. Late. Thank you, Fung Ling. Okay. So these are all good words, by the way, but we are not getting any closer to bike, I think. So remember, bike is our target or destination word we should be aiming for. And you should be, by the way, you should be able to do this in 5 turns. In 5 turns. Make, okay? A little bit closer. Bao Ling, make. Or mate. That's better. Mate. Mate. Okay. Fung Ni. Fung Ni, and then Viet Ang is your turn again. Fung Ni first, then Viet Ang. Make. Good. Getting a bit closer. So remember, bike is the target word. Viet Ang. Viet Ang.
Hmm.
Take. Okay, getting closer to bike. Okay, Nok Kien. Nok Kien, then Tran Bao. Nok Kien, then Tran Bao. Then Kang Ling. Cake. We already had cake. Have we already had cake? Yes. Cake we started with. So we're back to the beginning again. Okay. Tran Bao. Can you get us closer to bike? Tran Bao. This should be easy, Tran Bao, to get us one step closer. Remember, you can only change one letter, Tran Bao. You have changed 2. You can only change one letter. Okay, so I will go to the next turn. Kang Ling. Yeah, so start off with cake. So so ignore what Tran Bao has written, Kang Ling, okay? Pretend cake is the word, okay? Change one letter in cake that is going to get us closer to bike. What is the one letter to change?
Bake,
Yeah, please write it.
but
Change cake. Doesn't matter if it's already been used, okay? Just change the letter. Correct. Okay, thank you, Kang Ling. So, Fung Ling, what is the next word? Fung Ling. Correct. Thank you, Fung Ling. Okay, so actually cake to bike was quite easy, but we went the long way for some reason. All right, so remember, with this game, you're always looking to get to the target or destination word as fast as we can. Now, I'm just going to check that you are all adding these words to your vocabulary. Okay, so we know what bake means, we know what lake means. Tran Bao.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Tran Bao, what does fake mean? What is fake?
Fake. The
What does it mean?
mm,
The word you chose, fake, what does it mean?
it means it's not true and it's not exist.
Correct, okay? It means something that is not real, something that is not true, or something that doesn't exist. You are correct, Tran Bao. That's good, okay? So something that is fake is something that is not real or not genuine. For example, you can have a fake watch. A fake watch is not like a real brand watch, like maybe Rolex or Seiko or something like that. So fake is something that is not genuine or not real. So part of the reason we do the word ladder game, everyone, is so we improve our vocabulary. Okay, thank you, Tran Bao. Kang Ling, your word, please. Kang Ling.
Eh?
Fate. You chose the word fate.
Yeah,
What is fate? Can
I
you
only
explain
know
to everyone what
something.
fate is?
It's like mean in the futures or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, very good. Okay, so fate, your fate is something that is going to happen to you in the future.
Yeah.
That is your fate. Okay. Do you think, Kang Ling, can your fate be changed? Or is your fate, is it already determined? What do you think?
Maybe my
Okay.
fate can change. I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I believe so too. I
Yeah.
believe so too. Some people think that your fate is already decided before you are born. I don't agree with that personally. Okay. But personally, I don't agree. But some people think it is. Some people think no matter what you do, you can't change your fate. For example, fate might be who you are going to marry or when you are going to die, that sort of thing. That is your fate. Okay. Okay. So hopefully if anyone else listening, you understand those words now. Okay. Baoling.
Yes.
Baoling, give me a definition of mate, please. Mate, the word you chose.
Mate, like I choose the letter from classmate or something like.
Yeah. So mate
Yeah.
is a synonym for what? Maybe. Can you think of a synonym?
Um,
I'm thinking of a word begins with F. F.
like F.
Yeah. FR.
Friend.
Yes.
It's
Friend.
Yeah.
Friend. Yeah. Friend. Your mate is often your friend. Mate can be friend or also can be husband or wife. Okay, your mate. Mate can be husband or wife or friend, just depending on the context. So that is what a mate is. So again, like I said before, these are all words we should be adding to our vocabulary. That is one of the reasons why we do this exercise. Okay, take cake like, right. Okay, these ones are easy. So the next word is Feng Ling, because you got the easy one this time. Okay, so we're going to from cast to loan. Okay, so cast is our first word, loan is our target or destination word. Feng Ling, you are first, please. Cost. Thank you, Feng Ling. Let me see, who is next? Dart, do you understand how this game works now?
Yes.
Okay, so you can only change one letter, Dart, okay? You have to have a new word, but you can only change one letter. And of course, the word has to have 4 letters. After Dart, it will be Bao Ling, then Phung Ni, then Viet An. So Dart, Bao Ling, Phung Ni, and Viet Ang. Lost. Very good. Okay. Getting very close. Most. Okay, thank you, Bao Ling. Phung Ni. Phung Ni, you are next. Phung Ni, then Viet An. Then Ngoc Kien. Phung Ni, Viet An, Ngoc Kien. Okay, Fung Ni.
Teacher, can I train most to lost again? Or need
No, no. You have to keep going forward, unfortunately. Okay. Host is correct, Fung Ni. Okay. Good word. Viet Ang. The other rule, Dart, by the way, is you cannot repeat a word. Okay, that's already been used. Has to be a new word. Okay, I'm going to put a time limit on this, everyone, of 10 seconds. 10 seconds. All right, just a few seconds left, Viet An. So then Nok Kien, Tran Bao, Kang Ling. Nok Kien, Tran Bao, Kang Ling. Cost. Have we had cost before? We've already had cost. Okay, Viet An, but keep going. Nok Kien. Hast. Hast is not a word, Nok Kien, sorry. Hast is not a word. Tran Bao. So Tran Bao, Kang Ling, Fung Ling, and Dat. Tran Bao, Kang Ling, Fung Ling, and Dat. Coat. Okay, good. Thank you, Tran Bao. Kang Ling. 10 seconds. After Kang Ling is Fung Ling and Dat, then Bao Ling. Any idea, Kang Ling? No? Okay. Fung Ling. Fung Ling. We are getting closer. We've got 2 letters. Coat.
And right now I have one idea.
Now you've thought of one. Okay, Bao Ling. Sorry, Fung Ling. Fung Ling. Dote is not a word. Sorry, Fung Ling. Okay, Kang Ling. Back to you, please. Kang Ling. Boat is correct. Okay, thank you, Kang Ling. Okay, we've had Fung Ling. Dat. Dat, your turn. Okay, that time is almost up. I'll finish the game shortly because I want to get started on our work.
I have no idea.
Okay, Dat, thank you. Bao Ling.
I have no idea too.
Okay. Fung Ni. Fung Ni. Loat. Loat is not a word. Sorry. Good try, but no, sorry. All right, Viet An, last turn.
I have no idea.
Okay, Viet An, thank you. All right, everyone. So this one a little bit more tricky. So I will show you the answer. We go down here. Here is how to get from cast to loan. Okay, cast. Does anyone know Kang Ling? Kang Ling?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what cast means? Cast. You know, has two meanings in English. There are two meanings. Like many English words, has two meanings.
Okay.
Can you think of it? Can you think of one?
As an actress or actors, we go to a
Yes, that is one. That is one. Actually, you've just reminded me. Now there are three meanings. Yes. Okay. An actress or actor is cast in a role, everyone. Okay. When an actor or actress is picked to play some part, the word for that is cast. Okay. The actor was cast to play the role of James Bond. Okay, good, Kang Ling, thank you. Okay, the other two meanings very quickly of cast. Cast is what you do when you are throwing a fishing line into the water. Does this make sense, Fung Ni? Fung Ni?
Yes.
Okay, when you have a fish, you know what a fishing line is when you go to catch a fish. Okay, and you throw the line into the water, the fishing line. Okay, that is called casting. It's a verb. Does that make sense, Fung Ni?
Yes.
Okay, when you throw a fishing line into the water, the English verb for that is cast, casting. There's another meaning now, but I won't tell you because I don't want to take up too much time. So cast, two meanings. One is to throw a fishing line in the water, and the other is when an actor or actress is chosen for a particular part. Okay, it is called casting. They are cast in a part. Cost, you know, coat, you know, moat. Moat is a lake that usually surrounds a castle or a fort. Dat. Have you heard this word before, Dat?
I've never heard this
Okay.
word before.
Okay, good. I've taught you a new word today. That's great. Moat. So moat is the name of a lake, okay, that goes around a castle. A castle. I presume everyone knows what a castle means. A castle or a fort. Moat is the name of the water that goes around it. Moan. Bao Ling. Can you hear me, Bao-Ling? Yes. What does moan mean? Moan.
Like a sound comes
Yes.
from a person.
Correct. Moan is a sound that comes from a person, usually if they are sick or they are in pain. Okay. A person makes a moaning sound. Okay. It means they are sick or in pain. Thank you, Bao Ling. And the last word, Nokian, loan. What is a loan?
I have heard this word before, yo.
Yeah. Loan. What is a loan?
I know how to explain, but it's like the money or something you lend other people.
Yes, you explain that perfectly, Nokian. That is correct. A loan is when you give someone something like money, but you want it to come back to you. Okay? Doesn't have to be money. Can be anything. You can loan someone your car. You can loan someone your motorcycle. Okay? You can loan someone money, anything. Okay, but a loan is something you give to someone, but you expect to get it back. That is a loan. Okay. So sorry, we spent a little bit longer than I meant to this time on these words. So maybe next week I think we'll only do one because I want to get started on to writing task 1. All right. Okay, so remember last time I asked everyone to do some homework and which everyone has done except for you, not Kian. Okay, so your homework, you might remember last week, I asked you to write an overview for this graph, an overview. Okay, remember the
No, but somehow I heard that I thought that you said I have to write something, maybe 2 seconds, 2 sentences. using overall, and it clearly see that, and I send
That
it.
is, yeah, that
I
is
email
correct.
you.
Yeah, that is correct. That's what I asked you to do, Nokian, but you were supposed to do it as homework. Okay.
I email you.
Oh, you emailed it to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I never saw it, Nokian. Sorry. No, I haven't. I haven't seen that. Okay.
Let me send it again.
Okay. Okay. So in future, Nokian, you go into the document to do the homework. You don't need to email me. All right. But yes, send
Okay.
it. That is fine, Nokian. Okay. All right. Thank you for doing it. Okay. So quickly, just looking at everyone's homework. So let me please remind you of the overview. So an overview, Dart, please ask me if you have any questions about this. Okay, but I will explain just very quickly again to everyone what an overview is. An overview is the main features of a graph or a table or a chart. Now remember, an overview, you don't need to mention any figures at this stage. No figures. You can mention dates. Dates is okay, but you don't need to mention any figures from the graph. An overview is merely the main one or two main things that are happening in the graph. So actually, Dart, I will ask you, okay? So looking at this graph, Dart, can you see the graph okay, Dart, the two lines?
Yes.
Okay, there are two main features that are happening in this graph. Can you tell me one of them? There are two main things happening in this graph, which you should mention in an overview. What is one of them? Any idea, Dot?
I see the closure line and
Yeah, which line, Dot? Which line?
the closure line.
Oh, the closure line. Yep, the closure line. Yeah, what happens with the closure line?
It go down and up.
Yeah, when? When?
It keep go down and up.
Yeah, when? Okay, Dot, thank you. You are on the right track, Dot. Thank you. You are on the right track. Okay, Baling.
Yes.
Okay, can you please continue on from what Dart was saying? So Dart was talking about the closure line goes up and down when, Dowling?
Closure line. It went up to from 2011 to 2014, but it
But no, so that is not the main feature, Dowling. What is the main feature? So yes, what you said, what you just said has happened, correct, but that's not the main thing that happened. What's the most important thing you can see?
I see the decrease.
Yes, when?
When in 2015.
Correct. Okay. So in 2015, so Dart, you can see one of the main features of the closure line in that in 2015, okay, there was a big drop in the number of closures. Does that make sense, Dart, to you? Can you see that?
Yes.
In 2015, you can see the closures. The year before, 2014, okay, about 6,500. Okay, in 2015, they went to less than 1,000. Big drop.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody, this is main feature number one. Main feature number one, which you must mention in your overview. Okay, you can see this. This is very easy, everyone. You can see this straight away. When you look at the graph, you can see straight away there is a big change. All the other parts of the closure, okay? The closure line, you can see, doesn't change that much. This part doesn't change that much. This part of the closure line doesn't change that much over those years, but here it does. Okay, so this is one of the main features. Thank you, Bao Ling. Feng Ni. Feng Ni.
Yes.
Okay, Feng Ni, can you remember what the other main feature was or is? Okay, so this is main feature number 1. Okay, there was a big drop in the number of closures in 2015. What is the other main feature?
I think it's what the peak in this graph.
Sorry, Feng Ni, I can't quite hear. Can you say that again, please?
I think it's what is the peak in this graph? Like the shop closure in 2013.
2013. Nothing to do with 2013. Okay, but we are looking at the difference between closures and openings. Okay, Viet Ang.
Yes.
Okay, so we are looking for the second main feature. Can you tell me what it is? Remember, this is the first main feature, a big drop in closures in 2015. That is main feature number 1. What is main feature number 2? Everybody, I want you, sorry, Viet Ang, sorry to interrupt. I want everyone to imagine you're like in a helicopter, okay? And you are looking down on this graph, okay? You are looking down on this graph from a distance, from a big height. And this is how you should be looking for main features. What are the main things that stick out to you if you are looking down from a helicopter? Okay, Viet An, please continue.
You mean opening line?
I mean opening, yeah, something to do with openings and closures.
It decreased in 2012.
In 2012, that happened, but it is not a main feature. Okay, it is not a main feature. That is a detail, Viet Ang. Ngoc Kian. Hello, Ngoc Kian.
Kiên ơi. Wait. Bật mic lên con.
He's there.
He is here. No, I can't hear you.
I can't hear him, but I can't see him. Ngoc Kian, can you hear me?
He can hear, but we can't hear him.
Okay, I'll keep going. Tran Bao.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Tran Bao. And then Kang Ling, I'm coming to you next. Okay, you are next. Okay, Tran Bao. What is the second feature on the graph?
Feature
that I'm looking for.
Feature.
Years line and teacher.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I think this was the number line and then the years line, the second feature.
It is something to do with closures and openings, everyone, okay? So remember the first main feature is this, where you can see me making a circle here. The first main feature, you should all know this by now, is that in 2015, there was a big drop in closures. And again, you will notice I'm not mentioning any figures except for the date. So main feature number 1, a big drop in closures. Okay, Kang Ling, your turn. What is the second feature? The second main feature.
Second main feature that it may be the numbers of shop opening and from the beginnings is the highest in this one, but until at the end it is
học thì biết cách viết thôi, nhưng mà cái cơ bản là học từ vựng mới học các cái thuật ngữ trước, xong sau đấy thì thầy dạy cách viết. giống như mình viết một cái văn nghị luận, người ta phải dạy mình cách viết thế nào này, hay viết văn phân tích
Oh,
phải viết thế nào.
sorry, Mrs. Ha, are you talking
Sorry?
to us? We can hear you.
I'm so sorry. Okay, yeah, I forgot to turn off.
That's okay. Sorry, Kang Ling, can you continue?
Okay, and at the end in 2018, the
Yes.
number of shop closings is overcoming the numbers of shop opening, and
Okay.
this become higher.
Okay, correct. Okay, thank you, Kang Ling. Okay, so Kang Ling is correct. All right. So the second feature, everyone, is that in 2011, the number of closures was more than the number of openings. But by 2018, this position was reversed, okay, or was the opposite. By 2018, the number of closures was more than the number of openings. Okay, so that is the second main feature. So these are the two things you need to mention in your overview. Okay, again, I'll remind you, number one, and again, you are looking at the main features. Yes, lots of other things happen to the lines, but they are details. They are just details. You need to look at the main features for your overview. Okay, and the first one is in 2015, there was a big drop in closures, and the second main feature, in 2011, closures, okay, were less than openings, but by 2018, closures were more than openings. More shops opened than closed. Sorry, closed than opened. Okay, so with that in mind, let's very quickly look at what you have written. Tran Bao.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Tran Bao. So first thing I can see, so you get a mark with starting with overall. Very good, Tran Bao. Okay, so remember always your second paragraph, your overview should start with, I will go to the end of the document. Always start your overview paragraph with overall, or it can be clearly seen that. Okay, please choose one of these phrases always to start this paragraph. So, Tran Bao, I can see straight away your overview, Tran Bao, is too long. Okay, too long. Only need 2 sentences, Tran Bao, for this. Only 2 sentences. All right, or at the most 3. Okay, so I can see straight away also, Tran Bao, you have put in a figure. Okay, remember, no figures in the overview, no figures. Dates, yes, dates are okay, but no figures. All right, so Tran Bao, you have got number of shops. Okay, so you've got the right idea, Tran Bao, okay, but you need to express it in less words. All right, and again, just use the words that I've just said to you now. In 2015, okay, the number of shop closures dropped to its lowest level. That is sentence 1, is all you need to say. 2015, the number of shop closures dropped to its lowest level. And sentence 2 should be, in 2011, shop openings was larger than shop closures, but by 2018, the opposite was true. Okay, that's sentence 2. Does that make sense, Tran Bao?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, good. All right, thank you. Looking at Nok 2. Nok 2. Can you hear me, Nok 2? Oh, I'm not surprised he can't hear me. He's not here. Okay. Sorry. Viet Ang.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, Viet Ang. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so Viet Ang, you have the right idea. Okay, but you need to express it in more words. Okay, so you've got overall, all right, which is good. Overall, the number of shop closures decreased. Instead of in the middle, Viet An, you need to say in 2015, okay? Okay, Viet An?
Yes, okay.
Okay, and then you need one more sentence which says just what I mentioned before, in addition, which is good. That is a good linking phrase. Viet An, very good. Okay, the number of shop openings in 2018, okay, was the opposite of the number of shop openings in 2011. Something like that, Viet An, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Viet An. Bao Ling.
Yes.
Okay, Bao Ling. Again, you've started with overall, which is correct. Good. The number of shop closures was higher than shop openings. Okay. And again, you just need to say the number, talking about this and this being the opposite, Bao Ling. Okay, so
Yes.
opposite is a word you need to use. So you can say in 2011, the number of shop openings was greater than the number of shop closures, but by 2018, the opposite was true. Okay, the number of shop closures was greater than the number of shop openings. Does that make sense, Bao Ling?
Yes.
Okay, and then the other one, and then you missed the other main point, Bao Ling. Okay, you missed this one. Need to mention this one as well. This-
I write it in the sentence.
Where did you write it, Bao Ling?
I write it
Oh, I
in
see. In the 2015, the amount of stock closing. Okay, so I see what you've done. So you don't, this part of the sentence, you don't actually need, Bao Ling.
yes.
Okay, in 2015, the amount of store closings dropped to the lowest point. Okay, that's all you need. All right. Okay, that's all you need
Yes.
for that sentence. And then, as I was saying before, the other one, you were just comparing this with this, but you need a few more words to do that. Does that make sense, Bao Ling?
Yes.
Okay. Fung Ni.
Yes.
Okay, Fung Ni. It can be clearly seen that. Good. It can be clearly seen the number of shop closures. Okay, and again, you are looking at slightly the wrong thing. You are looking at a detail, Fung Ni. Okay, you are looking at these years here, which are not the most important thing. Remember, the overview is the most important thing. Okay, so again, the most important thing are this and this. Sorry. This compared to this and this here. Okay, so you have missed the most important things, Fung Ni. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Tra Mi.
Yes.
Okay. Same thing with you, Tra Mi. All right.
Yes.
Okay, so you mentioned shops closed and open showed large fluctuations. They did fluctuate. Okay, but that is not the most important thing.
Yes.
All right. Can you see what I mean now? The most straight away, what is the most important thing? If you are looking down like you are in a helicopter, looking at this graph, okay, you can see straight away there is a big difference here. So that is the number one most important thing. And the number two most important thing is that closures and openings change places over these years.
Yes.
Okay, simple as that. Everything else, the things you have written about, are details. Okay, they are not the most important thing. All right.
Yes.
Okay, Chami. Feng Ling.
Yes.
Okay, Feng Ling. There you are. Okay, Feng Ling. What is wrong with the beginning of your sentence, please?
Not well. Overall.
Correct.
The
Correct. Good, Feng Ling. Please remember. Okay. Okay. Must start with overall, or it can be clearly seen. Okay. This is the bit. If you want to get a good mark, Feng Ling, you must do this. Okay. You must start with one of these words. Okay. And again, you have written lots of details, Feng Ling, lots of details. Okay. But which is fine, but not in the overview. This is fine for later on, but not here. Okay. Kang Ling.
Yes.
Okay, Kang Ling. Overall is correct. The number of shops opening was high. Little bit confusing, Kang Ling. Okay. Both
Right.
of shops closing and opening appeared in 2011. Number of shops opening was the highest in these years. In the end, the proportion of stores. Okay, so remember again, Kang Ling, this one about 2015 needs to be a whole separate sentence. Okay. Okay, and then the other one is what you described to me before. Okay, the difference between openings and closings at the beginning and end of the graph. Okay, 2011, 2018. All right. Are there any questions about that?
No.
Okay, from anybody. So again, I'm glad I got you to do this exercise because I can see people were a little bit confused about the overview. So again, I repeat, okay, the overview, you are looking for the most important features, not the details of just what year something went up and down. Okay, that is a detail. You are looking for the biggest changes. And the two biggest changes, again, I repeat, in 2015, the number of shop closures dropped dramatically. And the second main thing that happened, closures and openings changed places in 2011 and 2018. And again, I emphasize, you do not need to mention any figures in the overview. In the detailed paragraphs, yes, of course you do, but not in the overview. But you can mention dates. All right. So I'm going to close that down just for a moment as we review. What we do in the detailed paragraphs. Okay, so I'm going to use this before I get you, as I'm sure you've probably guessed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to write a detailed paragraph. So going back to this, how to structure your answer. Remember your introduction, your first paragraph is always a paraphrase. Always a paraphrase. Okay, your second paragraph is always an overview, which we just looked at, where you list the 2 to 4 most important things. And again, the other way to look at it is think of like a newspaper headline for the graph. Okay, if you were to write about this graph in just 1 or 2 sentences, like a headline, the main things. And then in your detail paragraph 1, you go into a detail about a main feature. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to get you to write, and I want you to write on the document. I'm just going to share the document again with you now. Now that I have explained to all of you what the first main detail is, okay, I want you please to write me detail paragraph number 1. Okay, I'm going to share the link with you in chat. Oops. As soon as I can copy it correctly, which I'm doing so right now. Okay, everyone, you should be able to see the link. What I want you to do is go into the document and write me detail paragraph. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Detail paragraph number 1. And what you are writing about, okay, is this. All right, what happened in 2015? Now, I've explained it to you several times over the last 10 minutes, so you should be able to do this now without you telling me anything more. Okay, so detail, you're just writing me one paragraph now, just a few lines, okay, about what happens here, all right, which is the main feature number 1. What has happened? Okay, please start writing. You can continue on. I think you can go into the document and continue on from where you were writing before, where your overview was. So I'm going to give everyone 5 minutes to do this. So, Dart,
Yes.
yeah, Dart, do you know what to do? Do you know what to do? So if you should see the link I sent you in chat. You see the link?
Yes.
Okay, if you click on that link, you will be able to go into the document.
I see it.
Okay, good. So you can start writing in the document now. So just write your name, Dart, so I know who is writing, okay? And then I want you to write for me a paragraph, 2 or 3 sentences only, just 2 or 3 sentences describing what is happening here, okay? You can see there is a big drop in the number of shop closures. So please just write and tell me about that. Does that make sense, Dart?
I got it.
Okay, good. All right, while you're doing that, Mrs. Ha, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Hi, Mrs. Ha. So I have a short test for them, Mrs. Ha. But I'm not sure about the best way to give this test to them. It's in another document. It's in a Word document.
Yes.
Is the best way for them to,
But where do you put it?
well, I have the document. The document is in my Word file. Okay, but what I'm trying to think of is, so I don't want each of them to see each other's answers. So I'm just trying to think, what is the easiest way for me to give them this test?
Give individuals.
I could give, maybe I could, there is a way of, yeah, I'm just trying to think of the easiest way of doing this. I mean, I could email it to each of them, but that seems a little bit complicated. Maybe you can tell me an easier way to do this.
Okay.
Yeah, so again, so I have the test as a Word document. If I put it, of course, if I put it into the Google document, they will be able to see each other's answers.
Uh-huh. Okay, but
So I don't want them to see that, because then of course they can see what someone else has written and copy.
I understand. Sorry. But do you want to check to test them now or later?
It was shortly. I was going to at the end, near the end of the lesson. Near the end of the lesson.
There's the end. But send it to me, so I will sort it out. Okay.
Okay, and then the other way I guess they could do it is in chat, but maybe then they could send me the answers in chat, but then they would also need to, they would see the other people's answers. Is that right?
No, because maybe you can send to individual in the chat box, not to everyone. Right?
Not to everyone. I
Yes.
mean, I can share the document with them, but then they would
Okay.
need to see, they would need to send me their answers. That
Yes,
should work, shouldn't it?
but they sent you, and they will send you the answer individual. No?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that should work, shouldn't it?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's need to remind them. That's I sent to you, then only
Yeah.
to you, not to
Oh,
everyone.
Not to everyone. That's correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So-
Yes, they have to change it just to me.
You know, because all of them are here, they are very
Yes.
good at technology. So
Yes.
don't worry
Okay.
about that. They can do it well. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Ha. Thank you.
So that's upload like the contents of the test.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then they will send you individual. Okay.
So they can send me the answer individually in chat, and then I can see.
Yes, of course.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Ha.
So sorry for that. Because I forgot to turn off.
It's okay. I thought you were talking to them. That's why I didn't interrupt. I thought you had some
So sorry because
important information.
Another student here, but she has gone already.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
That's fine. No worries. No worries. Okay, everyone, you should just about be finished this now. This should only take, I've given you all 5 minutes to do this. So remember, everyone, I will again repeat, you are just writing about this feature. Okay, what happened in 2015? Okay, you should be able to do this in just 2 sentences, maybe. But of course, you also need to make reference to what happened before, because you are looking at it in a bit more detail than just overview. Okay. Okay, not Kian.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, I'll start looking at yours now, since you are first. So you have started from, what is your first sentence, not Kian, for this exercise? It can be clearly seen. Is that your first sentence?
Well, from the overall, I think.
From overall. Okay, so overall is where we were doing the overview. Okay. What I'm looking for now is the detail paragraph. Okay. So
Goes on and spin around the big gaps in 2015.
okay, can be clearly seen there was a big gap in, okay. So again, I'm just going to correct your English a little bit, not Kian, all right? So instead of closure shops, should be the other way around, all right? Like this. See what I have changed, not Kian?
Yes.
Okay, clearly seen that there were big gaps in shop closures, not closure shops, okay? Shop closures is the collocations, all right? And it's not a gap, not Kian. What is the word we are looking for here? Not gap. What has happened here?
Drops.
Yes, okay, good. Okay, so not a gap, but big drop. Good. Okay, and then this should be not were, not Kian. What should this word be? Not were, but a word very
Was.
similar to were.
Was.
Yes, correct. Okay, now that is correct. Okay, so that is more correct now, not Kian. All right, so what you are trying to say is, you are right, it can be clearly seen there was a big drop in shop closures in 2015. What you need to say, Nokian, is you need to talk about what happened before the drop. Remember, this is a detailed paragraph, so you need to give a little bit more detail. So, for example, I could say in the years 2011 to 2014, shop closures fluctuated a little bit, but remained relatively steady. Do you understand those words, Nokian?
Oh, I
Do you
have
know the word
never
do you know the
think
word
about
fluctuated?
that case before.
Do you know the word fluctuated?
I don't remember how it's spelled.
Okay, fluctuated. I will put it in chat, okay? Okay, can you see that, Nokian?
Okay, I can see that.
Okay, so fluctuated, do you know what it means?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, good. If you don't know, just say so. It's fine, not a problem. Okay, because that's why you are here, of course, to learn. All right, fluctuated means to go up and down, like this.
Maybe.
Okay, so you can see straight away that is what is happening here. Okay, it is going down a little bit, up a little bit, down a little bit. Okay, this is called fluctuation. Fluctuation, okay, where it moves up and down. It moves up and down over a period of time. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay, so
Understand.
you can say in the years 2011 to 2014, the number of shop closures fluctuated. Okay, meaning they went up and down. But in 2015, there was a big drop in shop closures. All right, before shop closures again returned to a stable level in 2016 of about 5,000. Does that make sense, not Kian?
Yeah.
That's what this, do you know what the word stable means? Stable.
Yes. It's,
Okay, good. See, you can see here, this is stable here, this line hasn't changed much, does it? For 2016, 2017, 2018, doesn't change much. So it is stable. Something that is stable doesn't change much. Doesn't mean it's exactly the same, just means doesn't change much. Okay, so those are the main points that need to be in that paragraph. Okay, thank you, Nokian. Tran Bao.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Tran Bao, let's have a look here. Look in shops. Okay, so instead of saying look in shops that closed line, we say looking at shop closures. Looking at shop closures, okay? I'll write that for you now. Looking at shop Okay. Can you see that, Tran Bao?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, good. Okay, so this is how you need to start, looking at shop closures, because that is what this line, okay, is called, shop closures. Shop closures. Looking at shop closures, okay, again, you would say, looking at shop closures between 2011 and 2018, all right, the number fluctuated. Do you know this word, Tran Bao? I've put it in chat so everyone can see it. Tran Bao?
Yes,
Okay. Can you
didn't
see
know
the
that.
word fluctuated in chat?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, good. So this word fluctuated describes what is happening to this line. Okay, it's going up and down a little bit. Okay, so what I would do with your sentence, I would say, looking at shop closures between 2011 and 2014, the number fluctuated between about 6,000 and 7,000. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, because you can see 6,000 here in 2012, over 7,000 here. So you say about. The number fluctuated between 6,000 and 7,000. But in 2015, there was a big drop in shop closures to less than what, Tran Bao?
Less than 1,000.
Correct. There was a big drop in shop closures to less than 1,000 before shop closures returned to a more stable level in what year?
2016.
Correct. Okay. So does that make sense, Tran Bao, what you need to write?
Yes, I
Okay.
understand it.
Okay. That's that, and that's all you need to write. That's all. Okay. Very simple. All right. Thank you, Tran Bao. Knock 2. Okay. Knock 2, not here. I've forgotten. Viet Ang.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Viet An. Firstly, the number of shop closures develop normally about 6,000. Okay, so again, the words you need to use, Viet An. Can you see chat, Viet An?
Yes.
Okay, you can see I put this word in here. What is this word, Viet An?
Fluctuated.
Good, good. Fluctuated. It is pronounced fluctuated, fluctuated, fluctuated.
Fluctuated.
Fluctuated, and it means to go up and down. Okay, so you can see this line here goes up and down. Okay, it is fluctuating. So this is a word you need to add to your vocabulary. Fluctuated means to go up and down. So what you need to say is between 2011 and 2014, the number of shop closures fluctuated between about 6,000 and 7,000. Okay, Viet Ang, made sense?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay, all right. The number of shop closures, then what happened, Viet Ang? What happens next?
It dropped down
To what? To less than?
less than close to the number of opening shop openings. Yes.
Okay, so we're not, at the moment, we're not worried about openings, okay? All right. Openings is going to be our second paragraph. Okay, at the moment, we're just looking at closures. Just looking at closures. Okay? So we say, so what happened in 2015, what happened to the number of shop closures, Viet Ang? What happened?
It a big drop. Yes.
Dropped to less than what?
Drop to less than other yes.
Less than, looking at this numbers on this side, Viet Ang. dropped to less than what? The number of shop closures dropped to less than
beginning.
no, less than, what is this number here, Viet Hang?
It 100 1000 yes.
1,000. Okay, in 2015, the number of shop closures dropped to less than 1,000. Okay, so that is the next sentence. So the first sentence is between 2011 and 2014, the number of shop closures fluctuated between 6,000 and 7,000. Does that make sense, Viet Hang?
Yes.
Okay. In 2015, however, the number of closures dropped dramatically, okay, means dropped a lot, to less than 1,000. Okay, before returning to a more stable level in 2016 of around what? How many shop closures were there in 2016, 2017, 2018? Viet Hang, how many?
It about 5,000.
About 5,000, correct. Good. Okay, so in your paragraph, that's all you need to write. Okay, that's all, just those three things. Okay, thank you, Viet Hang. Okay, Bao Ling.
Yes.
Okay, Bao Ling. Okay, so you don't need to say to begin with. All right, Bao Ling?
Yes.
Okay, just need to start with in 2011.
Yeah.
Okay, just start straight into it. Okay, don't need to introduce it. To begin with is a good introduction phrase, but in this case, you don't need it. Okay? In 2011, there were 8,500 shops. Okay. Okay. So what you've done, Bao Ling, is too much detail.
Yes.
All right. So again, you've talked about every single thing that happened. Okay. So too much. Your essay will be too long and it will take you too long to write. Okay.
Yes.
If you do every detail. So again, I will say the same thing I've done to everyone else. So what you need to say is something like this, Bao Ling. Between 2011 and 2014, the number of shop closures fluctuated. You know this word. You know this word, don't you, Bao Ling?
I know.
You do. Fluctuated between what, Bao Ling? Between 2011 and 2014, the number of shop closures fluctuated between
2011 and 2014.
Oh, I've already mentioned that. So now I'm looking at the number of shop closures.
Yes.
Okay. So between 2011 and 2014, the number of shop closures fluctuated between
Six, like
yeah, you are right the first time.
6,000.
Yeah, and
And
about
maybe six 500. I
more,
don't know how to.
more than that, Bao Ling. What is this?
Oh, it's say 7,000.
Okay, and it's a bit hard because the graph is a little bit hard to read. So you would say about 7,000. Okay.
It's about 7,000.
Yeah, because as you can see, the graph is a little bit hard to read. Okay, so you just use the words like about or approximately.
Yes.
You've heard this word, Bao Ling? You have, I know. Okay, so about or approximately both mean the same thing. They are synonyms for each other. So again, the first sentence is between 2011 and 2014, the number of shop closures fluctuated between about 6,000 and about 7,000. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Then what happens next?
It drop down, drop down.
Yeah. Then in 2015, you need to say a date.
Yes.
It drops to what?
It dropped to like about 1,000.
Okay, so
So
remember
low.
we are being approximate in this. So
Yes.
how would you describe this number here? It drops to, the word begins with L. L. It drops to,
L. Well,
remember this one was more. What is the opposite of more?
less.
Yes, drops to less than what?
Right. Less than 1,000.
Correct. Yes.
Right.
Okay, drops to less than 1,000.
Yes.
Okay. Before returning, okay, Bowling, before returning, yeah, to a more stable. The word you need here is stable, more stable. Remember, stable means doesn't change much.
Yes.
A more stable level in what year?
In 2016
Correct.
to
Yeah,
2018.
correct. Yeah. So again, remember what I say, I keep saying about keep it simple. Okay, you're just looking at describing very simply what is happening. So you don't, what you were doing, Bowling, is you were describing what happens in every single year. Okay, and you don't need to.
Yes.
Okay, too complicated. Remember, you are keeping it simple. So again, in summary, this here in these years, you can see it fluctuates. This year, it has a big drop. Okay, these 3 years, it becomes more stable again.
Yes.
Okay, so very simple, very simple. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Baolek. All right. Who is next? Fung Ni. Fung Ni.
Yes.
Okay, Fung Ni, let's go. In 2011, there were 8,500 opening shops. Okay. So what we're really looking at here, Fung Ni, okay, remember you have 2 detail paragraphs, okay? You're going to write 2 detail paragraphs, okay? And here we have shop closures and shop openings. So we know straight away that the simplest thing to do is we make 1 detail paragraph about what happens with closures. Okay, which means the second detail paragraph will be about what?
About opening.
Correct. Okay, remember, we are keeping this very simple, always looking at very simple. So you can see straight away here, when you are looking at this graph for the first time, Fung Ni, okay, you can see straight away there are 2 lines, okay? One is closures, one is openings, and you can think, great, this is easy. I can make 1 paragraph about closings, 1 paragraph about openings, okay? All right, so this paragraph, your first one, should just be about closing. Forget about openings, all right? Because that is going to be your second paragraph. Oh, you've disappeared. Can you still hear me, Fung Ni?
Yes.
Okay, so as I was saying to the other students, and then you just need to keep it simple. So you don't need to describe what happens in every single year. All right, it will take too long. And your essay will be too long. If you describe, you know, in 2011, there were 6,500 closures. In 2012, there were 6,000 closures. In 2013, there were 7,000. You can see already it's too long and too boring. Okay, so you need to use this word here, fluctuated. You know this word, Fung Ni?
Yes.
Okay, what does fluctuated mean, Fung Ni?
I don't know how to explain it.
Okay, I explain very simply, it means to go up and down. Fluctuated means to go up and down, up and down. All right, so you can see straight away, looking at this line of closures here, Phung Ni, okay, the line is fluctuating, okay? Goes down here, up here, down here, okay? It is fluctuating. So you need to say your first sentence should be between 2011 and 2014, the number of shop closures fluctuated between what numbers?
Between 6,000.
Yes, and about
About 6,000 and
not 6,000. What is this number here? Phung Ni, about
7,000.
correct. Okay. And again, as I was saying to the others, you don't have to be exact. Okay, you don't have to try work out, oh, is this dot 7,100 or 7,200? Okay, saying about or approximately is good enough. All right. All right, so again, I'll repeat the opening sentence. Between 2011 and 2014, the number of shop closures fluctuated, means goes up and down, between about 6,000 and about 7,000. Does that make sense, Phung Ni?
Yes.
Okay, then what happens next, Phung Ni?
And it's dropped to the lowest
Yeah,
point.
when?
And,
In
2015.
correct. In 2015, what happens?
It's dropped to the lowest point.
Yes, of about or
About
of, yeah,
500.
of about 500. Yeah, fine. About 500 or less than 1,000. Okay, but about 500 is fine. Okay, good. Okay, is this, how would you describe this drop? Phung Ni, can you think of an adjective?
Sorry, I have no idea.
Okay, so a word like, you can see it goes straight down, okay, in less than 1 year. So you can say an adjective like sudden. Okay, sudden or sharp. Sharp drop or fast drop even, or dramatic drop. Phung Ni, I know you know these words. Okay, you know these words already. So you just have to remember when to use them. So this is a place where you use adjectives like this. So you can see it happens very quickly, doesn't it? The drop happens very quickly or suddenly or sharply or dramatically. Okay, so this is where you need to use your adjectives. Okay, so in 2015, there is a sharp drop to about 500. Then what happens, Phung Ni?
It's rise again.
Yes, to about
5,000.
correct. Okay, and stays that way for how long?
Stay for 3 years.
Yeah, or probably 2 years actually, 2016 to 2018, 2 years. Stays that way for the next 2 years. Okay, so that is what you need to write, Phung Ni. That is all you need to write. Does that make sense, Phung Ni?
Yes.
Okay, good. So what I want you to remember, Phung Ni, is the word fluctuated, okay, which I've put in chat here for everyone. Fluctuated, okay. What does fluctuated mean, Phung Ni?
So goes up and down.
Correct. Okay. And to use your adjective here. So what is some adjective that would describe this drop?
It's
Phung Ni?
like sharply
Or yeah.
I don't hear this word clearly. Can you
Sure.
explain?
Okay. So sharply.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know this word and
What else? I put them into chat, Phung Ni. Okay. Okay. You'd have a sharp drop. Okay. All right, then I just turn them into adverbs by putting ly on the end. So I can say it dropped sharply, okay, or dropped suddenly, or dropped dramatically. Does that make sense, Phung Ni?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what you need to remember, to use those adjectives when something like that happens. Any question, Phung Ni?
No, thank you.
Okay, Phung Ni, you're welcome. Okay, so, sorry, haven't got as far through this as I wanted. Trami,
Yes.
thank you for waiting so patiently, Trami.
Yes.
Okay. Again, I will just look very quickly at your one, and also for how we got Phung Ling, Kang Ling, Dat. Okay, Dat, you have the okay, Dat, you have the correct idea. All right. Can you hear me, Dat?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you have the correct idea, Dat. Okay, that's good. The right idea. Kang Ling.
Yes.
Okay, Kang Ling. Again, you don't need this introduction, all right? You don't need it for this paragraph. So you just go straight into it, by which I mean you just go straight to the dates.
Okay.
Okay. So for example, I would say between 2011 and 2014. Okay, I don't need to say in the beginning, all right, or at the beginning. Okay, don't need it. Remembering just to keep it simple. This task one exercise, all it is just a simple description. So don't need to say things like at the beginning. All right, so just start with the dates. Same with you, Trami. What have you done? Yeah, same thing, Trami, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so Trami and Kang Ling, this summary is for you. All right. So between 2011 and 2014, okay, the number of shop closures fluctuated between about, Kang Ling, between about
6,000 to 7,000.
correct. Very good. Exactly correct. Okay, then in 2015, what happens, Trami?
It's dropped significantly into under 1,000.
Correct. Okay, good adjective, Trami. Drops significantly. That's great. Another good adjective. But there are many more you can use, of course. Drop dramatically, sharply, suddenly, or significantly, as you said. There are quite a few. Okay, just make sure you know one or two. Okay, and then Kang Ling, what happens? 2016? In 2016,
2016 to 2018,
mhm.
it fluctuated a little, but it quite like stay equal.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Kang Ling. So for this line, Kang Ling and also Tra Mi, I wouldn't use fluctuated for this. Okay. Fluctuated is this. All right. It's moving quite a bit. This one here it's stable.
Stable. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
stable. Stable, remember, stable means doesn't change much.
Yes, I know that.
Okay. All right. So fluctuated means it moves a bit like this, quite a bit. But yes, this is stable. This line is almost straight. So it's stable.
I wrote that from 3 last years, the numbers stay until the period end.
Yeah, you have stayed at this level. Good. That is fine. That is fine, Kang Ling. Okay, good. That's fine. Try me. I'm just checking to see what you've written. That's fine, try me. Okay, a steadier level. Okay. The only thing I would change, try me, is I would mention the level that it got to. Okay, so you can say here it fell, okay, fell significantly to less than 1,000, try me,
Yes.
before rising again to remain steady at about what?
At about 5,000.
Correct. Yeah, good. Okay, so I would mention the figure. All right. Does that
Yes.
make sense, try me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Best to mention the figure. All right. Again, it shows you know exactly what is happening with the graph if you mention the figure. All right.
Yes.
It just reinforces that. Okay, everyone. So already we've gone past 12 o'clock. I was going to give you a test, but I'm going to save that for next week now. Okay, everyone. So as usual, it took me a little bit longer to get through everyone than I thought, but I thought it is important, and I still think this, is to spend a little bit of time with each of you individually so that each of you understands exactly how to improve what you have written. So I hope you find that useful. So hopefully now you all understand what you needed to do for detail paragraph 1. And without me going back into the document, you will remember there are 2 lines there. One line is shop closures. Okay. Not Kian. What is the other line? Not Kian. Hello, not Kian.
Hey. Maybe
His
his
microphone off.
microphone off.
Okay. Dot.
Yes.
Okay, as I was saying, one line is shop closures in the graph. What is the other line?
The line is opening.
Is openings. I think that's what you said, Dut. Sorry, Dut, your signal is very weak. Okay, so remember when you see 2 lines, like one is like closures, one is opening, you know straight away, okay, very easy, that your first paragraph is going to be about closures, your second paragraph is going to be about openings. Okay, very simple. Remember, always keep it simple. Tran Bao, does this make sense to you?
Yes, I
Okay,
understand.
so when you see 2 lines on the graph, you know straight away that you are going to write one paragraph about one line, one paragraph about the other line. Okay, you don't need to compare the 2 lines in your detail paragraph in this one. All right. Okay, so I hope that made sense to everyone. Next week, we will continue with detail paragraph 2. Okay, and I will also have a short test for you. All right, which you should all get 100% in. Won't be a difficult test, but it will give me a guide to make sure that all of you understand where we are at so far. And it's important that you know everything that is going to be in this test. All right, but I will explain more to you about that next week. All right, does anyone have any questions before we go? Okay, hope you all have a very happy rest of your Sunday and a very happy week. Kang Ling, I hope you have fun at Blackpink. All right, hope you have a great time like Trami did. Okay, Trami, I know, had a fantastic time. That's great. And for everybody else, I hope you have a wonderful week. Great to see you all. I look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye, everyone.
Okay, goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.